Never fly JetBlue. Never in your life.
So JetBlue, you suck. I will never fucking use you again.
I am going to bash JetBlue because I have no respect for them.
And to the executives of JetBlue, you're going to hell.
JetBlue, get your shit together.
Hey, welcome back to the channel. Hey, I'm sorry I've been gone for a little bit. I've been in the bathroom. But look, no, seriously. I previously did a video talking about Frontier Airlines where people were telling you, hey, you shouldn't fly Frontier, never fly Frontier. Okay, so it's only right that I move on to the next airline. And, just to dump on Frontier is not really fair. All airlines probably have their problems. So in this video, we're going to talk about JetBlue. There's going to be a group of people in this video telling you why you should never fly JetBlue, ever. Okay, that's their words. Okay, but as always, give me your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section. Let's get to it.
JetBlue, listen to me carefully. You call me this morning. Hey, why haven't you come pick up your bag? Maybe because no one told me that my bag was suddenly at Logan after getting no updates on where my lost bag was. You literally called me last night asking if I knew where my bag was that you lost. I'm excited just to get my clothing back. Go to JetBlue. I wait like 30 minutes in line. Lady's like, yeah, I'll just go grab it in the back for you. She was lovely. She goes, she grabs it in the back. Not my suitcase. Sorry, Ross. I got your suitcase. They sent it to Boston. They sent the wrong suitcase. They lost my suitcase twice! In the same claim. It's not even like I took two different JetBlue flights. And both times they lost my baggage. They lost my lost baggage.
Don't yell at me like that again. Okay, but look, they label the bags, right? When you check it in, they put your information and all that on the luggage. Is it JetBlue does that, right? Like, how does the tag fall off, or how do you make this mistake and, like, I'm sorry, send the totally wrong bag? How do you do that? I don't know. I'm saying, do you not ask her to describe the bag? Hey, I know we lost your bag. What does it look like? You know what I mean? Like, well, maybe her and the other person had the same bag. I don't know. But let's go.
Never fly JetBlue. Never in your life. Don't even make a single exception. This airline is the gutter. It's the gutter. I am personally launching a campaign against JetBlue. Let's get into why. So I had a flight at 9:15 p.m. yesterday, cruising. Then it got delayed. Fine, that happens. 1 hour, 2 hours, 3. At midnight, we finally board, whatever the verb is, the plane. We get onto the plane, all is well. I sigh, relief. The pilot tells us to get the fuck off. He literally was like, nope, this isn't gonna work, get off. He literally threw us off that plane. Turns out he'd been flying for 9 hours, and that's the limit for pilots, but typically they just rely on the pilot being willing to fly more. So then the person tells us, listen, I've worked here forever and they're going to keep delaying the flight, but they're actually just gonna cancel it. So rather change to the 7 a.m. flight. I start crying, by myself. I'm just crying. I'm just letting the tears stream. I'm not even trying to pretend that I'm not crying. Then they tell us, no fear, they'll pay for you to stay in a hotel. The supervisor comes an hour and a half later. She arrives that they're not going to be paying for the hotel. Then they say, have no fear, we'll be giving you a meal voucher to compensate for the trouble. So I'm thinking to myself, I guess I have to take something out of this. So I get the meal voucher and I don't even think about it again. Then I go to Dunkin' Donuts, which is open, and I pull out the meal voucher and I'm like, I wonder how much they $10. $10. A greedy ass corporation. It's a corporation. $10.
You can't even buy a value meal under $10 anymore. You can't even. What can you get with $10? I know, like for real. No, I mean like a grown person to fill me up. Yes, they have the $5-6 bags some places or whatever, but I'm still hungry after that. Like what can what can I do, or what can I get for $10 that will fill me up? That I can't, cook myself because they won't allow me to cook at the airport. So what can I get for $10 that will fill me up? Exactly. Let's go to the next one.
Hi, my TikTok people. So basically, I'm here to say don't fly with JetBlue. Today, my sibling has a flight to DR, and she paid the handbag and the other one, like the big one. She paid $85 for both. So she had like overweight, like she has like 7 pounds more than usual in one of those. You wanna know how much she paid? She paid $150 for 7 pounds. She paid almost the double price that she paid for the 2 bags. Like, what the fuck? Don't fly with them. Don't fly with them. They wanna put a price even to breathe. Like, what the fuck? Fly with Delta. Fly with other airlines. Don't JetBlue. I'm really disappointed with you guys. Bye.
At this point, I'm like, the weight limit thing has to be just a way for them to get more money out of you. Because why is it there? Why do you have a weight limit thing if I can just pay? You know what I mean? If you have how much is it? 5-pound weight limit or whatever. If you have, say, 15-pound weight limit, I don't know what it is. But if my suitcase come up to 18 pounds and I can just pay extra to get it to go through, what is the weight limit thing even for? Because I would think it's a weight limit thing because the plane can only hold so much weight. So every, suitcase has to be under this amount. Cool. If that's what it is, yes, let me fly safe on this plane. Don't have all these weight, at the bottom of the plane. Cool. But if me giving you extra money make you forget about my safety, how does that make sense? Y'all understand what I'm saying? If I can just pay to go have overweight suitcase, what's the thing even for other than just to get more money out of me?
I just want to say, fuck JetBlue right now. I've never had an issue with them, but I've heard horror stories from friends and cousins. I had a flight to go to Miami today. 1 a.m. canceled. I just woke up to that. They rebooked me to fly into West Palm. How in the actual fuck does that make sense when West Palm is 2 hours away from Miami with rush hour and I'm not doing the bright line? I'm not going to get home till 9:30 p.m. Do better. Like, what?
So they we booked her to fly into a different city. Yeah, look, it's probably because they had no other flights scheduled or no other room on any other flights to get you to Miami. So they had to put you on the flight that got you the closest there. Cool. If that's what you want to do, JetBlue. But I paid for you to get me to Miami. You still got to get me to Miami. That's how it should be. If I land in West Palm, get me to Miami. You didn't do your job yet. A bus or something. I shouldn't have to rent a car to drive to Miami. You should get me there. I paid you to get me to Miami. Simple.
I am still at the airport in Boston. This is absolutely terrible that they told 200 people that we will see you tomorrow at 7 a.m. When we all looked at our apps, everyone's looking, and me and my 4, which me is 5, were not on there. There was no confirmation number. There was nothing. My mom, my aunt, and my sister looked at theirs, and they took my mother off. So apparently when I spoke to the supervisor, I said, I don't understand what is going on. You guys have been lying to us all day today about the plane, about the delay, about the maintenance, about this. It's bullshit. I will never, ever, ever fly JetBlue. Ever, ever again. The people here are nothing but rude. They could give 2 shits about you and your kids and your family. They don't care. She said to me, yes, the plane had 200 people on it, but the plane tomorrow only holds 150. So let's just cut Gina and her children out and her mother, and they gotta go fuck themselves. Fuck this. I am so upset. I worked my ass off to put this money away to take my kids to Aruba, who I am a single mother, and I'm not in the best state of health right now that I gotta deal with this stress. This is bullshit. Bullshit. We might not even be able to go to fucking Aruba. I'm lost to words. I don't even know what else to say. I'm just wanting to let everybody know that I am going to bash JetBlue because I have no respect for them. Is it my fault or is it their fault that they told 200 people we'll see you tomorrow at 7 a.m. and they only hold 150 on the plane? Bullshit.
What do you do in that if something like that happens and you know on the next plane there's 50 seats less? Don't you supposed to do exactly what they do when they overbook and say, hey, if anybody wants to take a next flight, we'll give you this, we'll give you this? Isn't that how, isn't that the right way to handle the situation? And try to get 50 people to, get a later flight? Isn't that how you supposed to handle it instead of just picking 50 people at random? Well, I can't tell them what to do. It's their business. But I'm saying that would have been the right way to handle it. And they probably been down that way before and said, last time we did this, it was a headache trying to get 50 people to agree to get off this plane. But so they just said, forget that. We just go eeny, meeny, miny, mo. And eeny, meeny, miny, mo, you's got to go. just random like that. But yeah, that is messed up, man. I agree with you. Bash them. Let's go.
Do you know what this is? This is a yellow slip given on a flight, just like a yellow card given at a soccer match. Now, I've pretty much traveled the entire world, and I've never in my life seen or received one of these. But I guess there's always a first time for everything. Was it racism, or was it someone just having a bad day? You be the judge. I was taking a JetBlue flight back from Austin to New York. On the flight, I pressed the call button, a male attendant came, and I ordered a snack box. He said it would be a few minutes. No problem. I was working on my laptop and actually forgot about the box. A female flight attendant named Maggie was passing through with the drinks, and she asked me if I needed anything. Well, she was asking everyone if they needed anything. And I said, well, I don't need anything, but I did order a snack box and it hadn't come yet. It had been about 15 minutes, or maybe even more. Immediately with an attitude, she says, well, why didn't you press the call button? And I said, because I already pressed it once. Cutting me off, then she says, well, you should have pressed the call button. And I said, I already pressed it. That's how I ordered the snack to begin with.
Yeah.
And the attendant told me he'd be a few minutes. And I had no problem waiting, so why would I need to press it again? Then she points to the call button, like this, and points to her head and says, that's what it's there for, implying that I was stupid or had no brain. I immediately told her that what she was not going to do was talk to me like I was a fucking child. She had better learn how to talk to people. The male attendant came running over with the box apologizing, but I told him it wasn't his fault. It's about her attitude. And she kept being rude to me when I was talking with her coworker. Now I'm getting really pissed. And I said to her, I'm not even talking to you. Just go do whatever it is that you do and get out my face. Then she immediately says, are you threatening me? And I say, you can take it any way you want, but I'm not that guy. Then she yells out, get me a yellow slip. By the way, there was also a family of 6 who were appalled by her behavior. One actually the mom complained as she was exiting the plane, telling the flight attendant exactly what happened. Now, I don't know what the hell was wrong with this lady that day, but you tell me, was it racism or was she having a bad day? But either way, JetBlue, get your shit together, for real.
It's just like you in a restaurant, right? And you ask your waitress for something. Say, hey, can I get some more ketchup? And she says, okay, in a minute. Okay, but you don't see your waitress. And you need this ketchup, and it's been 5-6 minutes, and you understand it might be some stuff going on in the back. She might be, dealing with other tables, whatever. You're not upset, but at the same time, you need your ketchup. So when the other waitress comes by, you says, hey, I asked my waitress for some ketchup. It hasn't come yet. I just, where's it at? And that waitress, even though she has nothing to do with your table, she'll just say, okay, I'll let your waitress know. And that's the end of it. She could have did the same thing. What's the problem? What's the attitude? I don't understand it. I don't even, it don't make no sense, man. I would have been upset just like him. Now, about racism, I don't know. I I can't call it either way. I would just say she's having a bad day. I wouldn't put it on racism because, I need more evidence for it to call that racism. But let's go.
It started as a complaint online about the price of an airline ticket, but it could have far deeper implications. Over the weekend, a traveler posted, I love flying JetBlue, but a $230 increase on a ticket after one day is crazy. I'm just trying to make it to a funeral. The airline responded, saying, try clearing your cache and cookies or booking with an incognito window. Critics were quick to claim JetBlue was using what's known as surveillance pricing.
Every day, our phones and devices collect massive amounts of personal data on us. And now, businesses may be using this trove of personal information to charge each of us a different price for the exact same product or service.
Many implied that JetBlue's tweet was telling the traveler he could get a lower price if he erased the data JetBlue had received about him through his online searches. But JetBlue denies that, saying the reply from our JetBlue crew member on social media was incorrect, and we apologize for the error. JetBlue fares are not determined by cached data or other personal information. It's not just airlines who have been accused of surveillance pricing.
Nearly.
So somebody said the quiet part out loud. Like, hey, now you want to say, like, I'm sure everything is approved in that account. The responses. I'm sure all that is approved, or somebody who knows what they can say and what they can't say. But once you receive backlash for that, oh, that was wrong. No, that that was it. That yeah, just like in the Frontier video, the girl had to pay extra for her bag fee. And it said the lady behind the counter said it would be 100. And then once they saw her pull out like $600 out of her pocket, they didn't want to try to charge her $150. Look, what's the price? How much money I got? How much I make? Whatever. That should have nothing to do with nothing. What's the price?
So yeah, we've been on this plane for 4 hours and we still have not left JFK. We literally are back at the motherfucking gate because they talking about it was a maintenance issue, then they said it was the weather, now they saying it's another maintenance issue. We literally was supposed to be in Jamaica at 10:30. It's 10:44 right now and we're still at JFK. Like, it makes no sense. They haven't said nothing to us. They haven't accommodated us. They haven't given us nothing to eat, nothing to drink, nothing. They barely have even said anything. They made one announcement. Literally one announcement. Now, everybody's mad as fuck. Like, everybody's mad. Watch this.
Can y'all raise your hand if y'all mad?
Wait a minute. It's better to be safe than sorry. I'm saying.
But
Now, everybody's so mad because we want to get off. Like, we want to get off. Everybody's so mad. I'm finna tag JetBlue and tell them I need my motherfucking money back. I'm not even playing with them. Now they're saying we're not leaving until 11:45. We got a new fucking gate. And they give us a $12 voucher. What the fuck I'm gonna do with $12? What am I gonna do with $12 with JetBlue?
Man, this is... It's just so much. I understand things happen that's out of people's control, but by the time I get on the plane, when you let me board the plane, that should mean everything is good. If it's not, why am I boarding the plane? Or what can you find out maintenance-wise after I board the plane? And you, oh, I didn't see this. Like, what could happen after I board the plane? That now we need to wait another 2, 3, 5 hours.
Y'all, JetBlue has me so messed up. Never fly JetBlue. Here's why. This is my luggage, right? This is my name. This is my shirt. In here, these are my socks I packed. Open this up. And this is my suitcase too. None of this stuff is mine. I don't know whose this is. None of this stuff is mine. They took all my stuff out of my suitcase. Mind you, I just moved here across country. I'm not packing for a trip. They took all my personal belongings out of my suitcase. God knows where the fuck they are. Whoever fucking shit this is, it's in my fucking suitcase. How? How do they take all my clothes out of my suitcase, but don't take the ones out of these zippers and then replace it with somebody else's stuff? How? Don't ever fucking fly JetBlue, and they're not doing anything.
Did somebody steal my stuff? Because that's what I would be thinking. Who at JetBlue stole my stuff? There is no reason for you to even open my suitcase. Well, if it comes up as something is in there, you need to open it to look at it. Cool. But to take my stuff out? Did you just take my stuff out? You took somebody else's stuff out and put it in a pile and you got confused on whose is what? And so you just start, like, how does this happen? This is the most ridiculous thing. I would rather you lose my whole suitcase than give me my suitcase back filled with other people's shit. I just lose it. Because at this point, how can he prove that they lost his stuff? How can he prove that his stuff in there? I mean, that stuff in there is not his. How can he prove that? This is crazy.
So I need somebody to explain this to me because we had a flight from New Orleans to Fort Lauderdale to Colombia. Our flight from New Orleans to Fort Lauderdale got delayed maybe about an hour because we were in a tornado warning. So we got to our connecting flight. The gates were already closed. We literally ran and we get there and they were like, open up the gates, they're here. We give them our passports and they were like, oh, you guys are not on this flight. the flight leaves in 2 days from now. And we're like, okay, whoa, no, it doesn't. Apparently they changed it mid-flight because they were like, it's cutting it too short, cutting it too close, they're not gonna make it. So they automatically just changed it for us. They sent us away and they're like, close the gates back up. These people aren't in the flight. I said, oh my goodness, but we're here. Can you just let us in? They sent us to customer service desk. They were like, I don't understand why they didn't put you on standby. You guys didn't have checked bags because you guys could have made it. So they're like, the next one isn't until Monday. There is one going to Colombia today. It's a direct flight. I just need to get approval from somebody. I don't know. They couldn't approve it. They said like, no, we can't approve it. You guys are going to be landing on Monday. And we checked online and we're like, there is one today. And like, if you guys can't do it, just cancel that with JetBlue and we're going to do it on our own. So that's what we had to do because I mean, we had to get to Colombia today. So they canceled it and we booked on our own. I understand everything happens for a reason. The Lord can be protecting us from something, but I just don't understand how they're able to do that. Like, it's just, we were there, you know, we could have made it in the gate. And I was like, okay, the least they could do, they could have like paid for this flight here from Fort Lauderdale to Colombia for today. But for some reason they didn't approve it. So we had to go and pay that out of pocket on our own. Now,
It sounds like you didn't think I was gonna make it and you sold my tickets or sold my seats. That's what it sounds like. Cause like, why else would you reschedule me before I even land? Why else would you need to do that if you're not trying to sell my seats to some people who you know is at the airport and can catch the plane? You sold my seats, and then you talk about, oh, we didn't think you was gonna make it. No, you you sold my seats, and then you gonna give me the runaround when I land and I'm there on time.
So I am going on hour 11 in San Juan Airport in Puerto Rico, following up the last 2 videos I made on this about evil and incompetent JetBlue, who I will never fly again. Quick recap, but just go watch the full videos. They delayed our flight 7 hours, but they didn't do it ahead of time. They kept doing it in 1 to 2 hour increments. And then right before we were finally gonna board at 2 in the morning, they canceled our flight. They canceled it. They canceled it. And the app was crashing. There was like a 6 a.m. flight that I could have booked to get home, but the app was crashing, it wouldn't work. So they said we had to go to the ticket window. The line at the ticket window was 2 hours long. Of course we had to get on it, we had no choice. In that time frame, we just started looking at new flights. Thankfully, we were able to get a flight from San Juan to Fort Lauderdale. That boards at 4:40 a.m. So we booked it on the line and we just went right back through security. So I am back in the same exact terminal that I have been in for 11 hours, but it gets better. There are like no flights from Florida to New York on Monday the 10th. So now we have to stay overnight in Florida and fly home Tuesday night when we were supposed to be home Sunday night. And all JetBlue did was refund us the original cost of the ticket and gave us $12 in food vouchers. Oh, and whatever their bullshit delay credit is, but you have to use it on their flight. If they think I'm ever flying their airline again, they're delusional. And to the executives of JetBlue and the operations people and whoever makes decisions, Ballerina Farms in-laws, you're going to hell. You are going to hell.
Okay, that's I feel sorry for you if that's where you're going. But man, this little punk tail $10, $12 food voucher is a freaking insult. Like, and then I think I asked this question in the Frontier video. If you give me bad service, why is a discount for next time your solution? Like, I don't want to service, or I don't want to go to whatever it is your business is. If you give me bad service, it's an airline, it's a restaurant, it's wherever it's at. I can't think of no more places right now, but if you give me bad service to the point where I'm thinking in my head, I never want to come back here again, of 10% off or 12% off, it's not gonna convince me. It's not gonna do nothing for me. Whatever that 10, 12% is, give it to me in cash. Then we can talk. But a discount is not gonna do nothing for me because I'm never coming back.
I'm at JetBlue and they're giving me terrible service. This employee right here will not tell me her name. She's denying giving her name when she's been intentionally about delaying me. This is JetBlue at JFK, and this employee right here who is covering up her name will not show me and tell me her name.
Now I know from years of working fast food, when the employee or the manager has done nothing wrong, they don't care that you know their name. They'll quickly give up their name. But I feel like when a person is not giving up their name, it's for a reason. I know, you know, everybody in these businesses, the service industry, or retail too as well, but they wear name tags for a reason, so you can know who you're talking to. But if you don't want me to know who I'm talking to, why is that? That's suspicious to me. Because if you did everything by the book and did your job properly, give me your name. What's the harm in that?
So JetBlue is actually a disgrace, and I'm currently laying on the floor of the Orlando airport. I'm going to tell you why I think they're ridiculous. So we had a flight scheduled for 7:30 to depart from Orlando to JFK. They delayed it 2 hours, moved us to another gate, delayed it another 2 hours, moved us to another gate, and then delayed it till 3 a.m. And then proceeded to tell us that there was another flight coming in from Boston at gate 22 to go down there. We might be able to get a seat, but it could again be delayed because of maintenance issues. Mind you, there were children on this flight. My niece is on this flight. There are babies that don't have any formula on this flight. Nobody has diapers. Nobody has their bags. They're basically like, well, if you want to go change your ticket and you want to go, we're not going to reimburse you. We're not giving anybody a hotel. We're just going to keep delaying it. Now, while I do understand that things happen, there comes a point where you need to value your customers' comfort and how much money they're paying for these flights, and just cancel the damn thing. Let people reschedule. Let people get hotels. Like, not sleeping on the floor. Like, my niece is sleeping on a chair. Like, this is so ridiculous. So I just would like JetBlue to refund me all my money. Both ways, because we were delayed both ways, and then the bags didn't get here. So I would like my whole fucking thing refunded and an explanation, because there is a gate full of people that are ridiculously upset with no end in sight.
Like, just come up with a solution quicker than you're doing. Like she said, things happen sometimes. Delays are going to happen. Anybody flying or traveling, period, should understand that delays are going to happen. But the people in charge who work there, it is their responsibility to come up with a solution and come up with it quick. Because travel delays are freaking horrible, especially when you plan your vacation and you're gonna land at this time and get at the hotel at this time, and then you got this to do and that to do. You schedule everything, so delays will throw you off. But if you give me a solution, I can start rearranging stuff right then and there. But if you keep delaying this time, I can't keep calling these places and say, oh yeah, I know we're scheduled to be in this spa or whatever by 3, but the plane is going to be delayed an hour. So can we change our appointment to 4? And then they say, yeah. And then JetBlue come back. Oh, we're going to be delayed 2 more hours. And then I got to call the spot place again. Say, you know what? Can you make it to 6 now? No, that's too much. Just come up with a solution. And that way I can make my plans right then and there instead of all these delay, and then cancel after all these delays. Like, it's ridiculous.
If you need a sign of which airline to take for your holiday travels, look no further. Don't fly JetBlue. I just came back from a journey from hell. I was on flight 67 on a flight from Hartford to Los Angeles, California. Direct flight, all right? Paid a lot of money for the direct flight during the holidays. I get there, everything's running smoothly, we get on the plane. Usually what I like to do, my tactic, is to skip over all the demonstrations and just go straight into sleep mode, right? Asleep, I wake up an hour and a half later. Where are we? Not in the sky. We're still on the ground. Apparently we're fueling. No problem. No problem. Then I hear an announcement. Hey, passengers, just letting you know, we're gonna have to stop in San Antonio, Texas to refuel. I've never done that before. I asked some friends. Apparently some people have gone through that. It's not fun, but they warned us, hey, we're going to stop for like 45 minutes. We're going to stay on the plane. No problem. We'll get back in the air. We go, all right, I guess. 4 hours into the flight. No issues. We land in San Antonio, like they said. Everything's fine. We're all lounging, waiting for the 45 minutes. The 45 minutes is up. We're not in the air. We're not talking about being in the air. We're sitting. Another hour passes. Hey, things are getting a little bit weird. No update. All of a sudden, hey guys, we're gonna have to cancel the flight. Mind you, we're about 2.5 hours into this waiting in San Antonio, Texas. Hey guys, sorry, we're gonna cancel the flight. We're already on the flight. It's a direct flight. We're not even supposed to stop here. But okay. What does that mean, right? You're gonna compensate all of us? No. Get hotel accommodations and then we'll reimburse you. Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
We'll reimburse you for meal as well. $8 for breakfast, $10 for lunch, $16 for dinner. It's 2 a.m. What are you talking about? Also, some people were getting emails immediately saying that they were going to be compensated like $150. Mind you, this flight was like $500. I personally didn't get any information. Someone was saying that they're going to get $150 and then another $400. I've been updated, not at all.
Yeah, you have to, like, we understand things happen. This is crazy. Like, what'd you do? Run out of fuel at the first one? Hey, we have no more fuel here, guys. We gotta fly to San Antonio to get some more fuel. That's crazy. But yeah, like, give us something. Like for real. This is ridiculous. Give us something. That 150 back, that's something. But you gotta do it for everybody on that plane. Because everybody is no different. There's no special people on the plane. Everybody should get that extra, at least part of my flight charge back. Pay $500 for the flight. You inconvenienced me. I need at least half of it, you know. I mean, we can negotiate, I guess. But, but you know. I think half is fair, you know.
So I'm supposed to be like 3 drinks deep in New Orleans right now, but I'm not. I'm still in Brooklyn because these airlines, JetBlue, tried to kill me today. Emotionally, physically. They canceled my flight the second I walked through TSA. Do you realize the emotional damage that does to a person? Your bag is... I don't even know what to do with the bags in between the time of the flight and when you check it. My flight's gone. I got to find the new flight. My bag is missing. It was chaos at JFK today. By the way, JFK, terrible. Go to LaGuardia. But yeah, we find the help desk finally. We talk to somebody like, well, our flight's canceled. What do we do? So they say go down to the ticket counter. Ticket counter got no workers there. Huge line, no workers, chaos. So we're asking around, what do we do? Our flight's canceled. The worker's pretty much saying, go fook yourself. After, no joke, like 2 hours on the phone, we get through to the JetBlue help desk and got a refund. Not a single person ever showed up to the JetBlue help desk to help anyone whose flight was canceled. Shout out to the good people at Delta. We got a flight first thing in the morning, easy as pie. I'll never be flying JetBlue again.
Yeah, the JetBlue employees were, you know, in the back. They all sit back there. You going back there? You going out there? No, I ain't going out there. You going out there? I ain't going out there. You gonna go out there? No, I ain't gonna go out there. Hey, neither one of us is going out there. That's what that's what they was back there doing. You know, I don't know if they got like access to the video cameras back there. If they was watching y'all. Okay, wait for y'all to leave. And part of me don't blame them. Part of me don't blame the employees because they had nothing to do with nothing. But it's a mob of people out there who are mad at them. Mad at them. Even though they had nothing to do with this plane being canceled. Nothing. So y'all got to understand that too. When you go to complain to these workers at the who work for the airline, they had nothing to do with your plane being canceled. They had nothing to do with the fact that your ticket got canceled or your you know, plane maintenance or whatever. You know, they had nothing to do with that stuff. So don't be so upset at them sitting behind a ticket counter. It ain't their fault. Let's go.
This is our current situation at the Fort Lauderdale airport. We're just trying to go home, and JetBlue has changed our gate several times. We were supposed to take off at what time? 4 something? 4:15, but they've given us no information, no estimated time on when we're actually going to leave, and this is what it looks like. Alright. JetBlue, outrageous. We have gone from gate to gate with 2 toddlers and someone, our cousin, who's visually impaired. And they can't give us any information.
Yeah, you see that? You see that? Now you know why the previous employees was hiding in the back. Would you want to go out there with these mob of people? Already loud. They already loud. Would you? I quit. Hey, y'all canceled another flight? They out there waiting on who? They ain't waiting on me. I don't work here. I don't work here. I was gonna quit anyway. I was just waiting for the right time. And this looks like a great time to quit. So, I'll see y'all later. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Let's go.
So, this message is to JetBlue. We have had such a horrible day. Just trying to enjoy ourselves in New York. Have a good old time. We get to the airport. We get to baggage claim. We're waiting and we're waiting and we're waiting. An hour goes by and we realize it's been an hour that we've been waiting for our bags. So we finally start talking to people who are on our flight. We get words here and there that either our bags never left Charleston or our bags were on another flight. So we finally decide to go to baggage claim to see what's going on with our bags. We get to baggage claim. We talk to the people. They tell us that there was a weight imbalance issue in Charleston when we were boarding the flight.
And so instead of letting us know what was going on so we could be fully prepared, instead of letting us know so we could make our own decisions about what we're going to do, they decided to choose whose bags were going to be taken off the flight and whose bags were going to be put onto the flight to go to JFK. And so some people got their bags and some people did not get their bags.
What I said earlier, like if I can just bring a suitcase that's over the weight limit and pay to get it to go through anyway, this is how things like this happen. This is how these weight limit things happen, because I can just pay to get an extra, a suitcase that is too heavy to get on this plane. I can just do that. Why am I able to do that? Why isn't it look, it's 15 pounds. If it's over 15 pounds, you got to make it less than 15 pounds before we put it through here. Why isn't that the policy? If that was the policy, things like this wouldn't happen. But you don't care about this. All you care about is the extra money that's coming in off those suitcases, those bags that's overweight. You don't care about things like this.
And of course, neither one of us got our bags at all. We have nothing except for our book bags and our bodies. And at first it didn't seem like it would be that big of a deal, because the lady told us that another flight from Charleston, which allegedly had our bags on it, was supposed to get here at 6:40, something like that. And so we think, okay, maybe by 8:30 or 9 o'clock, we'll have our stuff, because it takes an hour to get from the airport to where we are. So finally, it's like 9:30, and we're like, okay, we're going to call around and see what's going on. We have no updates. We haven't heard anything about our bags. We call, they tell us the flight just landed 17 minutes ago. We still have no idea whether or not our bags are even on that specific plane. And we're sitting here. We don't have underwear. We don't have soap. We don't have clothes. We don't have anything. And it's getting to the point where we need to start getting rest because we have an early morning. And so we can't do anything because we don't have anything. Yes, we can shower and wash with the stuff in the hotel, but if you have a female body, then you can't just wash with any kind of soap. The closest CVS is 12 minutes away. The Uber to get there is $40. The closest Walmart is 32 minutes away. The Uber there is $75. So now we're stuck here with nothing. JetBlue, get it together. This is extremely inconvenient for all of your passengers.
That's one thing that I'm afraid of for flying, is them losing my bag, misplacing my bag, putting the bag on the wrong flight, somebody stealing it. Like, to have a bag that I have to check, because everything in that bag I need. Everything in that bag I want. If I didn't, it wouldn't be in the bag. So everything in there is important to me. I expect my bag to land with me. Sad.
JetBlue, I'm adding you to my canceled list. I can't do y'all no more. This is the last time. The way y'all flights have been delayed and messed up my travel day. First flight in DC, delayed an hour and a half. Missed my connection in JFK, going to St. Martin. Guess what? Get to JFK, the flight they rebooked me on, delayed like 3 hours. So now my flight gets to St. Martin close at like 8 o'clock at night. We leave JFK at the time I was supposed to get to St. Martin. No more. JetBlue, I'm done with you. I can't. Bye. I hate you. I don't like you. Also forgot to mention that I'm traveling with a toddler.
Hey, you going through it, dog. You are going through it. You traveling with a toddler. You got to deal with toddler things along with everything JetBlue is putting you through. And, you're prepared. you get prepared when you're traveling with a toddler, but you only prepare up to a certain amount of time. I'm packing like, 8 hours worth of snacks. I'm packing, all this stuff. I'm planning the bathroom breaks. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. Traveling with this toddler, I'm prepared. And then JetBlue says, "Hey, we're gonna throw these extra 12 hours at you. Uh, deal with it. We don't care. Let's go."
So this might be a little long, but I just want to let everybody fucking know, and please put this up because people need to fucking know. Never fucking fly with JetBlue, because if they cancel your flight, they're not gonna help you out at fucking all. They're just gonna fucking strand you. They're just gonna strand you. I got here at fucking 1 o'clock today. They kept delaying my flight until 11 p.m. Then they canceled it. Okay. And then I'm trying to figure out, okay, so when's my next flight? They said, we don't have one until the 19th. I'm like, okay, so are you going to pay for my hotel vouchers or my food or my Ubers? And I'm in New York City, mind you. Like, if I were in a place where it was like $50 to get a hotel, that would be one fucking thing. But that's gonna cost me almost $1,000 to stay here for the next fucking 2 days. No, the answer is no. They'll reimburse me up to $250. They're like, I'm like, okay, so can we maybe find a flight from a different airline? Can't do that because I booked through a third party. So my options are stay till the 19th or I can cancel my flight and they'll refund me for this leg of the trip. So like $200. Mind you, every flight out tomorrow is like $500 or more. They're not gonna refund me shit. How in the hell am I gonna end up losing money over JetBlue's fucking fuck up? Explain it to me. Explain it.
At this point, give me my money back, refund me, and I'll go get a Greyhound or something. Like, to sit around 2 extra days, I don't know. I gotta do other. I gotta find another way. Cause no. Like, put me on a Greyhound. Put me on Amtrak. Something. Like, no, I'm not sitting here for 2 days. I'm not. That's just me. I gotta be like, you get an Amtrak ticket. A lot of those trains you can go to sleep up there, so you can relax and be on your way to your destination. Like, sitting around for 2 days, sitting in the airport for 2 days, you're doing the same thing. You're sitting down waiting. I would rather sit down and be on the way to my destination than be sitting down still in the airport. That's just me.
JetBlue also takes the cake for having the rudest, most disrespectful customer service and gate agents that I have ever met in my life. Throw them away. They all should be fired. Just ridiculous. And no one has consistent information. I have been told 10 different things by 15 different people. If you have a bad experience with this airline, you really should complain, because honestly, I do think that the type of clientele that they get is partially responsible for why they act like this, and it's really not okay. Like, when I fly JetBlue, all I see are black, brown people, or people who are not American. You can assume that people of a certain, economic class might be flying this airline just based on how cheap the flights are. And that's not to say that, rich people don't fly JetBlue, but I'm just saying, this is clearly an affordable airline. But that does not mean that the service and that the reliability should be diminished. That is absolutely terrible. People are trying to go see their families. They're trying to get to weddings. People are here crying. They're missing funerals. Like, all types of stuff is going on, and no one cares. And this is just terrible. Like, it's really, really terrible. And I know that our airlines are capable of doing better because I fly all the time. So I'm very aware of how reliable an airline can be, because I fly United most of the time, and I would say 98% of my flights left on time this year. 98%.
Yeah, it's that old saying that you get what you pay for, because if you paying for a higher ticket service service that costs more money, you expect to get treated better. You expect better quality. If I go into if I pay for a $80 hotel room, I'm gonna get the $80 hotel room look. Okay, it's what it is. But if I pay for a 250 night hotel room and I walk in there and I got the $80 hotel room vibes, we got a problem. We got a problem. So, part of it is you pay what you get pay what you get. But what I say? You pay for what you get. But that still doesn't give them the right to disrespect you at the same time. You know what I mean? You it's not my fault your ticket prices are there as low as they are. You should respect me as a customer, even though your ticket prices are lower than most other airlines. Let's go.
Well, I'm making another video just in case the other one doesn't go through. So anyways, I'm in Florida. I got stranded by JetBlue. To make a long story short, they jerked 200 and some odd people around for 5 hours in the airport in West Palm Beach. It was a 9 o'clock flight, and by 12 o'clock, guess what? They canceled the flight. They shut their computers off. They didn't help anybody reroute their flights, so people were stuck. They're stranded in Florida. JetBlue has the worst customer service. They did nothing to help people. Now I got to spend $700 to find a flight. And I was lucky to find a flight, but there's a lot of people, little kids, who maybe they don't have the money. They got stranded. So JetBlue, you suck. I will never fucking use you again. You are the worst fucking airline in the world. Fuck you, JetBlue.
Hey, look, most of the videos I found about JetBlue, and trust me, I found a lot of them. I ain't even used half of what I found. It's a lot, but most of them were complaining about their flights getting delayed multiple times throughout the day, and then they just end up canceling it after 4 hours, after 7 hours. I think that is the biggest problem I found with JetBlue. And you pay people as an airline. You pay people to figure things out. It should be quicker than that. Whatever the problem is, mechanic issue, whatever. You shouldn't delay me 5, 6 times, and then after all those delays, say, "Hey, we're just gonna cancel it, y'all. Sorry that we made y'all wait at the airport 9 hours, but it's not gonna happen today." I think that's wrong. 9 hours, and you couldn't come up with a solution before then, and then after you make me wait 9 hours, you don't want to help me with nothing. You don't want to help me rebook. All your employees want to hide because they be hired. That's not how you run a business, JetBlue. It's not. And that is what I've seen as the most complaints people have about you. And that could be fixed. If you need better people in charge, I don't know. Like, how are your employees? You know what I mean? Like, if your ticket prices are low, is the pay for your employees low as well? And that's the reason why other airlines are getting the better employees? Let me know something. What's going on? JetBlue's a lot of people complaining. All right. But you're not going to be the last airline I tackle, you know. So if y'all watching this video and you made it this far, I appreciate it. I've already did Frontier. I've already did, as you just watched, JetBlue. What should I do next? You know, which airline has the next amount of complaints that you want me to do a video on? Just let me know down in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Make sure you hit that like button, and I will see you on the next video.